And welcome back to Ball State Esports. We are back on another Wednesday for some more Rocket League, ESC Rocket League this time. And this time it's a double header. No more CCS. We finally got our ESC. Well, CCS is still happening, but we finally got our ESC double headers back. We can stream both games. We'll be starting with CMU. You'll see Bowling Green later tonight. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I have my eyes really set on the first matchup, going up against Central Michigan, who is ranked currently third in ESC, 2-1 record. Overall, a solid team, and I'm interested to see how BSU plays against them.
Yeah, I am as well. Coming off of CRL, a big tournament that we do on Sundays. Very, very competitive, lots of different schools as we get into some of our last week recap. Let's start off, by the way, last week, of course, we did 3-0 in ESC and both CCS, as well as our Overwatch team taking, I believe, 2 more wins. And then yesterday as well, our Overwatch team also 3-0'd Ohio. So CRL, massive tournament. We had a pretty good day, I would say, especially our black roster had a great day. Better than I think anyone expected for them. They did great. We swept through the winners bracket to then end up in the winners finals, where we actually had to play ourselves, which was kind of funny. Our red roster did win, sent our black roster to the losers finals, in which they unfortunately lost to Baylor, and Baylor came up and won the grand final. So now we enter a alternate qualifying process for CRL, but that's for later. Right now it's ESC, and I think we are going to have a very successful day today.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They are going up against a solid CMU team, like I stated, but Central Michigan is coming off of a loss last week to Buffalo. So it'll be interesting to see how Central Michigan comes out and tries to rebound off of last week's loss. But overall, Ball State, solid team, beyond solid, ranked first in ESC. And overall, I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one too. Just great to watch Ball State play in this conference. They're very dominant in it. I guess we can look at some more stuff that Ball State Esports is doing this week, some other streams that we have. We don't actually have anything coming up later Thursday. We have a bit of an off day, I believe. But yesterday, as I said, we did have Overwatch versus Ohio, which was a 3-0 victory. And then later tonight, you will see Bowling Green, 2 streams. Well, 1 stream, but 2 matches. First CMU, later Bowling Green. And I guess let's talk about what is going on with the rest of the ESC tonight.
As we look at the 7 p.m. matches for tonight, NIU is taking on Akron. That's one of the biggest matches of the night so far. And then we look at Bowling Green State. They're taking on Buffalo. Western Michigan taking on Kent State. And Miami of Ohio, yes, taking on Ohio. Got a little confused there, but 2 Ohio teams going on. As we look at Miami, Ohio, once again taking on Akron, Western Michigan versus Central Michigan, NIU versus Kent State, and Eastern Michigan versus Ohio. Akron, 2 opponents just like Ball State, arguably the biggest rival, but that first Akron game I have my eyes set on.
Yeah, that is going to be a big game. I would say NIU is definitely kind of that third team right behind Akron and Ball State. So seeing how they fare against Akron could be interesting to predict for the rest of the season. But yes, we are back to these ESC doubleheaders. So everyone's got 2 matches tonight, which is how it usually is. But with the conference getting a little bit smaller, they had to change some things up. But we are back to those doubleheaders, which I am very excited to see. I guess talking of tonight's match, we have CMU first. So we can take a look at the CMU team roster. I actually personally don't recognize any of these players. They might have new players this year. We have Baku, Uncle SDN. I'm going to say Boeri is how you pronounce that one. I don't know if those names are up there with Johnny McMuffin.
We've been over this a lot. I don't think there will be a team that tops Johnny McMuffin. What a name. I'm interested about Baku, though.
Baku, yeah.
I love that track.
I do love that track. If you're an F1 fan.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good track right there. They actually just did it. My GOAT, Max Verstappen, happy birthday, won there.
McLaren on top.
No, not that day. But let's take a look at who is going to be on top tonight. Ball State's roster. Ga-Oath, Wova, Variety. You'll be seeing Ga-Oath and Wova tonight. As a reminder, Wova and Variety have been kind of switching out. We've seen more of Wova, but he does have 1 less match than Ga and Oath this season. It was Ga, Oath, and Wova for CRL, by the way. Figured I should mention that. So, like I said, this is a very dominant team in ESC. Going up against CMU, which I believe, as you said, is coming off of a loss to Buffalo. And funny enough, isn't Buffalo actually who Bowling Green plays
Yes,
before?
they are.
Before they play us. So that's another interesting thing that we get to see, I suppose, is faring on how those do. But speaking of getting back to our players, we can take a look at some of their stats for ESC as well as their faces. There is Ga, been playing for us all year, many years as of now, as we wait to see his stats. I know he's got very, very high numbers. These guys have, there we go, 13 goals, 33 shots, 33 max 7 assists, 11 and 8 saves. Okay, that's the last one reference I will make tonight. But yeah, great stuff from God. Definitely a very great player. I think we're going to look at, yes, Wova next. Minder, he has played one less match in ESC than these guys. So 5 goals, 15 shots, 11 assists, 7 saves. Very, very good stats for, I believe, I think he's played 3 matches. Can't even remember what week we're on here. It's been so much Rocket League, but we're on week 4. Yes, so he has played 2 out of the 4 matches. So he actually played 2 less matches than these guys. That's my apologies. As we look at our last player, which is who has some crazy stats to his name, 20 goals, 39 shots, 9 assists, 10 saves. Oath has been having a great year this year, honestly. I think Oath, watch, all the players have done great, of course, but Oath has definitely, I've just noticed, like, some of his shots, he has really come to life here this year. So great stuff from all of our players all around. And yeah, I'm excited to see how they do tonight against a team that is a bit of a mystery. They're like they're a solid team. So as we mentioned earlier,
yeah, you were pointing out, you saw 33 and you shouted out Max Verstappen. I see number 10. You know who I'm going to shout out? Trevor Story. He just got 2 RBIs today against the Yankees. Go Sox. Get out the brooms. Hope they win tonight. Another team I hope that wins tonight is Ball State. I think, this team's going to come out firing on all cylinders after the loss to Baylor. They want to regain some of that momentum they had going into CRL, and I do expect them to get that tonight.
Yeah, with CRL not going the way that they had hoped. We were the highest ranked team in our qualifying pool, the 8th ranked team overall, losing to the 9th ranked team overall. That's not what you want to happen. And of course, Baylor does have a very good team this year, so unfortunate for us to lose to them. But now they are looking to go into this conference in which they are very dominant and easily the best team in the conference, unless you are a huge Akron fan, you never know. But they want to go into this one and be like, yes, this is where we win. This is where we are going for that championship. Trying to get that first ever, trying to finally just get that final step to that championship against what, if we're doing our early season predictions, it's probably going to be against Akron.
Yeah, if I was a betting man, I'd probably put my money on that to have been. And I'm really interested to see how the rest of the season really does shape up, considering Ball State and Akron play very late to the season. It might be the last week.
I believe they do play the last week of the regular season, which that could be a bit of a spoiler to the final. I mean, playing them, I know last year they were like our 3rd match of the season on week 2 when we were doing doubleheaders. So they were our 3rd match, maybe 4th match of the season last year. Now going to be one of our last matches of the season before we get to the postseason. That is definitely going to shake things up a little bit. I mean, it's going to give us a bit more of an idea of what we're going to see for that finals game, I feel, if, of course, it is going to be Ball State v. Akron. But I do know for a fact that our team's feeling very confident tonight. I talked to BK before the game, as I so often do. He's feeling confident. He's hoping for 2 3-0s. I know that. But I would say a 3-0 is definitely my prediction for the first match of tonight. We'll talk about the next match later, but it's hard to bet against the Ball State 3-0 here.
I completely agree. Going into this game in the ESC, Ball State has not dropped a single game. They are 9-0 across 3 separate series or matches, however you want to go. 9 total games. They're 9-0 in them. I expect them to make it 12-0 against Central Michigan today, and then heading into the next game against Bowling Green State. I'm not going to give a prediction quite just yet, but I do expect Ball State to take the momentum from the Central Michigan game into the next one against Bowling Green State. I think it'll be a 3-0 victory for Ball State, and I expect them to dominate this one tonight.
Oh, I expect it as well. We've just talked about it so much. It's hard to bet against Ball State in this ESC conference. They're just a very powerful team. These guys have been together for an insanely long time. One of the, I think they are one of the longest running rosters in ESC specifically. I believe we're going on year 3 of this team. which, that is something that is very nice about collegiate esports, is when you're lucky enough to have players like that who line up with each other. I know we have, I think, 2 players from this roster graduating this year. So yeah, that's a thing that you kind of have to worry about when you're doing collegiate esports, is people graduate. So you kind of got to be prepared. And luckily for us, we have a very good black roster to sort of fill those spots once these players do graduate. But right now, we still have our same 3, our original 3, and they are looking to, some of them looking to end off their final year with that ESC championship, because even though we've won trophies, we have the national championship from CECC in there, we want to win our own conference. We want to win our division, and that is the hope for this year.
Yeah, there's something sweet about winning your own conference. Yes, a national title and that stuff is very important, but it's just something about beating your rivals that gives you a big satisfaction. And one thing you pointed out is after these players graduate, Ball State has such a deep roster with so much talent that even after people graduate, the team will forever be solid because of a beautiful ecosystem that Ball State has when it comes to Rocket League.
Yes, and I will say, I'm sorry, I had it actually flipped up. Luckily, even better for us, we actually have only 1 player graduating. It is Wova. Yeah. So we are lucky enough that we are going to be able to fill in that 1 spot. But it still applies, is that we are very lucky to have such a deep roster that we have 4 other players besides these 3 to fill in for Wova when he does graduate. And then, of course, the year after that, when Gut and Oath are also seniors. So it's going to look very different in 2 years, this Ball State Rocket League team. That's going to be a weird feeling, but yeah, I'm not going to think about that right now. Right now, we still got our same 3 guys, but I think are going to do great tonight against CMU, as we've talked about it, as we just wait to get into that Rocket League game. Always is the longest part of the night. Gotta wait.
It really is. I'm excited for Rocket League. I am a little nervous just because of the Sox and Yankees game, but I'm very excited for this matchup, and I'm very just interested to see how Ball State comes out against Central Michigan, coming off a loss against Baylor. How are they going to be able to rebound? How are they going to attack this Central Michigan team differently? I'm very interested to see. As I've said multiple times already, it's just about Ball State coming out, firing out early like they have done through the ESC so far. This is a Ball State team that comes out aggressive. They score goals early. They don't like to play from behind, and we really haven't seen them play from behind much, if at all.
Yeah, when it comes to ESC, these guys very rarely are ever in a losing situation in this conference. But talking about something else that we have going on for Ball State Rocket League this week that I forgot to mention earlier is Battle for Indiana, which is a very big tournament for 3 different video games. They have Rocket League, Valorant, and League of Legends. And it's a bunch of different colleges from Indiana. It's a whole lot of fun. We will be playing, our Rocket League team specifically will be playing on Friday, looking to go back-to-back in Battle for Indiana titles. I don't believe it's back-to-back-to-back, but it might be. I struggle to remember. We've been to Battle for Indiana a few times. Last year was my first one, and it was great to see. We beat IU in the grand finals, I believe, so that was really fun. And we have that on Friday. It's going to be a long and late night, but it's going to be a fun one. Lots of Rocket League that day.
Yeah, fun one indeed. You can never have as much Rocket League, just like you can't have as much of a guy like Mahomes, Someone like that you can't get enough of. Shout out Jordan Love, though. He's better.
I think we're 4-4 on Mahomes references.
Oh, yeah.
On
Getting
Ball State
ESC
streams. Just talking about a guy like Mahomes. You give a guy like Oath the ball in Rocket League, and he's just going to put it in.
That's going in the back of the net.
It's going in the back of the net.
I say that a lot, but the thing is, the ball just disappears as soon as it crosses the goal line.
That is true. It doesn't actually go into the back of the net.
No.
The ball's exploding.
Yep.
That's what's happening. But yeah, so Battle for Indiana is definitely very fun. Also hoping for success for all of our other teams. I know League of Legends looking to retain that championship from last year, as well as Valorant looking to get redemption from last year, probably beating what I would assume is IU. They have a very strong Valorant team. That is who beat us last year. Looking to beat IU in that tourney. I believe Valorant's on Saturday. It's a lot to remember. I will say, one thing I was shocked about is that Purdue is actually ranked above us in seeding for League of Legends.
Wow.
I was surprised to see that. I did not know that I know that Purdue does Battle for Indiana, but I did not know that they had a very good League of Legends program. So maybe that's going to be a good match if you like League. I don't know anything about it. But if you like League of Legends, stay tuned for that one. But yeah, again, it's Rocket League. It's not any other game right now. It's Rocket League. So as we wait to get into CMU, ESC, looking to remain undefeated in this conference.
And not only just undefeated overall, just keeping that undefeated record when it comes to just straight games.
Yeah. Just in general, like even last year we didn't drop a single one either in the regular season. 3-0s all the way, even against Akron, which didn't look like it for a second there, but we came back in overtime and won. So looking to just keep this honestly very impressive streak of not dropping a single game in the regular season alive from last year. Just looking to keep that one going, and I do think that they are going to do it tonight. I just think that this Ball State team is going to be really hard to beat. I just don't really see how another team, unless these other teams have been specifically practicing to beat Ball State. I just think that Ball State is having such a great year. They have so much momentum in this conference specifically. They're just having a great time, and I think it's going to be hard to beat them, especially when they're having fun.
Yeah, I'd agree. I was going to bring up that point too. The players for Ball State, they're just having fun out there, and the chemistry they have is unmatched throughout the league, maybe only compared to Akron. We talk about a lot of Akron here, but rightfully so. Solid program Akron has, and Ball State, a lot of their players, they have their eyes set on that game. But one thing I do think is important for Ball State is keeping focus on the team ahead of them, and really they've done so perfectly throughout the season so far.
Yeah, and all the players that we've talked to, whether it's interviews or just personal conversations, they have all said that it is about the game that they are playing right now. They're not looking too far ahead. Of course, the goal is the championships. The goal is to win it all, but they're taking each game as it comes. That is the mentality that they have, and I think that is a thing that benefits them a lot, is that they don't look ahead. They are going to take CMU as serious as they're going to take Akron, because they want to keep that undefeated streak alive. They want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference in these guys' moods when they win versus, after CRL, Oath was in the Esports Center. He looked defeated. He looked upset. Tonight, he's looking to leave here with a smile on his face. So that is one thing that it comes, winning is just the best.
Yeah, I completely agree. And one thing I think that you can take away from the CRL tournament is adversity is sometimes a privilege. Going through some tough times really is where you can find yourself to improve and get better as a player, in no matter what area it is. Either it's in Rocket League or something self-improvement wise. Adversity is a privilege, and going through some tough times will really grow you as a person and will grow you as a player. I really think this is going to be a wake-up call essentially for Ball State, knowing yes, teams can beat us essentially. It's going to get them focused. It's going to get them right, and I expect them to have a big game against both Bowling Green State and Central Michigan. I think they'll carry this momentum throughout the rest of the season as well.
Yeah, especially when going against a team like Baylor, which has at least one RLCS contender on their team, which is, very impressive, very good player. You learn from that, even in a loss, even when you learn how to maybe play against someone that good. They want to take that to try to become even better when it comes to ESC, and of course CRL as well, in the grand scheme, that massive tournament. They just have to take every game and learn something from it, and I think they do a really good job of doing that. I think that they learn after every game, and I think that I never really see Ball State have a bad game 2 games in a row. You never really see it.
I'd agree. And one thing about Ball State versus Baylor, it's not like they got blown out by Baylor. They kept it close, and because they had the advantage, they played Baylor twice.
Yeah, we had a bracket reset.
Yeah, and it was 3-1, 3-2, I believe.
That is what I believe. I know it ended 3-2, I believe, and I do believe the first one was 3.
Yeah, so Ball State, they overall played well against Baylor. They weren't able to get over the hump and defeat them, but still a very solid outing. Being runner-ups in CRL is not something to slouch about. Yes, you didn't win it, but yes, you played phenomenally well, and you are one of the best teams in CRL, second best, and right now the #1 team in the ESC.
Yeah, still #1 ranked over here, looking to now have to go through that other process to qualify for the big tournament in CRL, which, they're probably going to learn from that as well. They're going to play a lot of Rocket League. These guys play so much Rocket League. We're in so many different conferences, so many different things. So it all is a learning experience for what I think is our primary focus is ESC. That's what I would say it is, because it's our conference. It's what we want to win. And that's why, maybe that's why we're so good at ESC. Who knows? Who knows?
Really dialed in and
ESC we're just dialed in specifically in ESC play. That is no, they have done great in a lot of it in every conference, but this one is definitely their strongest.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get this underway. I'm waiting. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm always happy to be here. I always love to stream some Rocket League. It's always so much fun. It's a different vibe to it on a Wednesday Rocket League stream. Even when we're not actively streaming Rocket League, I'm just always waiting to get a notification of, hey, we're going to stream Rocket League this semester. Usually it's the spring semester we don't stream Rocket League, but every now and then we'll throw in a Rocket League stream, and those are just my favorite days, is when like, hey, we're doing a Rocket League stream this week, and I'm just like, I'm casting it. I will be there because I always miss casting Rocket League when I don't get a chance.
It's a fun time. I wasn't able to cast Rocket League last week, but just missing out on that due to some scheduling issues. I wasn't able to be here, but it's really a great time as we look at Oath and Wova there on the screen. Just 3 players, as you can see, dialed in, ready to get this underway.
Yeah, Oath looks like he's really thinking about something over there.
He's probably thinking about, how are the Red Sox going to play the rest of the game? I don't know, but I hope, and I know, actually, I'm going to be confident. I know we're going to win. Go Sox.
I personally don't watch baseball, but I'll say go Sox too, because
that's what I like to hear.
I know one thing about baseball is that I don't think I like the Yankees. So
love to hear it.
Go Red Sox. I will say, if we're talking about real sports, I am
real
miserable.
Sports.
Well, esports, of course, is not baseball. I'm not talking baseball. It's not a real sport. Esport, technically not a quote unquote real sport. We're talking about real sports. I'm in misery. Bengals are terrible, but you know what? It's fine. Everything is fine.
I mean, you got the Packers 2-0, and then lost to the Browns and tied to the Cowboys. But hey, we're in bye week, and then guess who we play? Cincinnati.
Yeah, we're cooked. We are so cooked. Not only do we play the Lions this week, which one we're gonna lose probably.
Please beat them.
I would love to beat the Lions, honestly.
I'd love
huge. I know, this guy would love it, but then we are not going to beat the Packers. I mean, one of the best defenses. We are so cooked. But, it is what it is. We'll just wait until next year is going to be our year. We'll just say that.
With what defense?
The one that we get after we fire
Trey
our head
Hendrickson is going to be a free agent.
Trey Hendrickson, I'd rather just trade him, honestly. Even though we desperately need a good defense, it's like,
I'd agree. Trade him at the deadline, get something out of it.
Yeah, I got to rebuild, honestly. If we're going into this conversation.
It's looking bad.
Yeah, they should hire me as the general manager of the Bengals. I would have us winning the Super Bowl in a year or 2. Okay, just saying.
If you hire me as a head coach, there's only one stipulation. We have to lose to Green Bay every single time we play them. Which, in the regular season, is only once every 4 years or in the Super Bowl. But Cincinnati will never make a Super Bowl anytime soon.
That is true. It'll take a while for us to get back there.
But you want to talk about a team that's going to win a championship, or at least a trophy this year? It is Ball State Rocket League. They're coming on top of ESC. I have faith. I know the players are locked in and determined, and really just waiting for this game to get underway.
Yeah, this is always the longest part of the night, is just waiting for that kickoff, for the first goal, for the first just everything, Rocket League, it always feels like an eternity. I don't know why.
The thing with Ball State, and you really don't have to wait for the first goal.
No.
It really happens in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, usually I think there's been very few games where there hasn't been a goal in the first 30 seconds. It's just, that's how it usually is, but it always just feels like an eternity to get into these ESC games, just because, that's how it is. They follow strict times. Sometimes things mess up and then they have to delay. I don't think we're experiencing a delay. I just think we're...
Really hope not.
I don't think we are. I think we just flew through our little pre-show and now we are waiting for it. But I do think that we will be getting underway fairly soon, and we'll get to see Ball State versus CMU first, which, of course, I'm very excited for. I think it's going to be a great game for Ball State. As most of these ESC games are, I think that they are going to be victorious, keep their undefeated streak, but right now, well, they're sat down. That's a good sign.
They're getting ready.
It's a good sign if they're sitting on the varsity stage. That's a good sign.
You know what? I'm going to give a game-by-game prediction, because I can see into the future. Ball State, they come out in the first game, win 4-0. Second game gets a little bleak, 3-1. And the last game, they guns a-blazing, they win 5-2.
I honestly, that's a pretty realistic prediction. I can see that happening. So I think that is a good game-by-game prediction.
4-1, 3-1, 5-2. Book it.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I'm writing it down so I don't forget.
Yeah, write it down. Write it down. We'll see if it happens tonight. I'll just make a fun prediction.
Boom.
That
Done.
I'm gonna make a fun prediction is that Ball State will score the first goal in 10 seconds.
You know, I really would in the first 10.
In the first 10.
In the first 10. Wow, what an interesting prediction.
Let's just see what happens.
I think it's gonna take 24.
24 seconds.
24 seconds on the dot.
All right, someone better be having a stopwatch.
We're gonna be seeing the clock up there, buddy.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Sometimes you watch so much Rocket League that you forget things. I guess. I don't even want. I want the number. I could probably go back and count the number of Rocket League games that I have watched. It has gone up significantly since joining this program, which does make sense. But
so we are experiencing some delays right now, unfortunately. But we're gonna get there eventually. This is really bad timing, you know. Go Sox.
Go Sox.
A little stressed out about it. Just right there.
You know, it is always stressful when your team is in the postseason. That is just stressful. You may be happy. Like, some teams are just happy that they're in the playoffs.
Like the Reds.
The Reds are just happy that they're there.
And then Shohei just hits it 2 homers yesterday. Just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
Cannot win them all, indeed. That is.
You know what team is going to win it all? Ball State.
Ball State.
Boom.
Ball State Rocket League gonna win it all. I think honestly this is a pretty good year for all of our teams to win it all. I mean, I think that especially Overwatch and League, those two teams, they are just right now. No one looks close in ESC to Ball State when it comes to Overwatch and League of Legends. They are just absolutely cooking because, of course, the reigning Overwatch champion and reigning vice champion for League, NEU, is no longer in the conference. So that has really shaken things up when it comes to Overwatch, because NEU was Ball State's #1 rival last year, managed to beat them in the finals, though they could never beat them in the regular season, managed to beat them in the finals, and that was a bit of an upset. But now they're no longer in the conference, so I don't really see anyone besides maybe Miami, Ohio. They have a really good program, so I think they could maybe at least give Ball State some competition. But Ball State looking great this year when it comes to Overwatch as well. I don't know anything about Valorant, but
I'm excited for that.
I am also excited for Valorant. I will actually probably be on Valorant streams.
Same here.
They did me dirty. Overwatch first semester this year, unfortunately for me, but that's fine. I'll just learn everything about Valorant.
Yeah, one thing I am kind of interested to see going into next year in the ESC is, will NIU leave, because they are joining the Mountain West. So when it comes to overall as a school starting next year, so I'm interested to see what they'll be, if they'll switch conferences for esports.
Yeah, I do wonder. I'm actually unsure. I'm assuming they would, unless maybe that conference doesn't have a division for esports. So maybe they can work something out where they stay in this conference so they can actually compete. That would be, that is interesting to see, because if we lose another team, the conference is looking a little small now. We lost 2. Losing the third would kind of suck.
Yeah. So the reason why we are having a delay is because Rocket League had an update.
That's actually the funniest reason now, though.
Very interesting timing.
Never in my 1 year of this has that ever happened. Usually it's because someone's controller died.
What an interesting time, though, on a random Wednesday. I didn't know that. It's always at 7. I did not know that.
And
7
today,
p.m. in Eastern Standard Time.
Well, I wonder what they're adding. Probably nothing.
What an odd time. I mean, it does give players, because, getting off of work or getting out of school, it gives time to play the new update later on in the day. But why not do it at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, do it at a time where, only certain people will be playing at 3 a.m. Some people, they just got that free time, so they'll be playing at 3 a.m. But yeah, so I've never had a delay because of an update before, but that's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny, but can the update get done? I'm ready.
Yeah.
I am ready for this game.
I would like, if I mean, Jesus, if it's taking that long. I mean, maybe there's other things with updates. Maybe it complicates things more because it's like, I don't know how they do things over there. Oh, we're about to go in.
Let's go.
We are allegedly about to go into the game.
Allegedly.
No, we are going to go into the game. We're about to go in there soon. ESC. The update has completed. We're going to have some Rocket League.
Small update, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
it must be a
Here
small
we go.
update. Here it is. We got kickoff for ESC Rocket League. Let's see how this one goes.
Go off the right side. Trying to work this one in. The ceiling in the murk right now. What an interesting card choice as Wova hits this inside. It has this one knocked away. Go with the shot off the top bar. Seth hits it away.
Unfortunately, my prediction not coming to light there. Yes, very interesting card choice. They're going to fly and see if you can follow this one through. Nothing going to come of it that time. Guh looking to follow it up, but not happening. Anything there in the air now, seeing if Ball State can try to get on the board, keeping it on CMU's side, doing a great job of doing so. Bounces in, big square is going to move it away, followed up, seeing if Wova can maybe put it in this CMU goal, followed up by what I believe is Wova. Oath coming in to see if he can get it, but it looks like it's going to head back over to Ball State's side.
Love to see the dominant. I like the unique card choices right now. Demo there. Oath aerial attacks. Going to get that one stolen away from him. Go with it. Now, I just like the interesting cars. You know, we're used to seeing goals. I was going to say cars, but a good segue there. Wova with the goal off the assist from Guh. But I do like the interesting choices and unique. Instead of just seeing the finish, we're getting a little different out here.
I also love that goal explosion, the Rubik's Cube. That is very cool.
Nice.
But yeah, it is nice to see some uniqueness with the cars. You always are so used to seeing the Octane and the Fennec. Something different this time. Wova has it in the air, going to try and maybe get a quick goal for Ball State. Guh is going to follow it up, keep it in the midfield, dribbling on his head, fakes out one car, bounces off the crossbar, and it's a 2-0 game for Ball State.
They got that second goal pretty quickly. Took a little bit, not in the first 10 seconds like you predicted.
Unfortunately.
But they did get the second goal in quick succession to the first one, 2-0 Ball State. And this is a beautiful start for Ball State offensively. Took a little time to get that first goal, like we've said, as that is going to be a kickoff goal for Uncle. I don't know how you're going to say that, Stin. I'll just say that. We'll call him Uncle from now on. Quick goal there. Oath just missed it off the kickoff. That was probably pre-planned to have that go back to Oath. He just missed it slightly. Rare mistake there. You do not see that from Ball State.
Yeah, a bit of a rare mistake in that situation. They are lucky to have scored 2 very quickly here, so they can maybe afford to let a mistake in, but they don't want to let that happen again, or else we're looking at a tied game, and that is not what you want to see this early on. Big Beware going to try and get control of the ball, send it down to Uncle. Guh going to stop it there, going to try to get it back in Ball State's control. Big Seth going to try and take it away. Wova low on boost, going to try and send it over, but Big Beware is going to stop it. Now Seth also trying to do something here. Nice, a little bit of a save from Oath with after Uncle gets the shot on goal. Oath, such a funny card that he is using. Big Seth going to take it away, going to try to get it back on the Ball State's side, not going to get it this time.
Guh trying to get this one in, and it ends up being an Oath goal. That one hit off the top bar, perfectly set up for Oath. Good aerial attack there from Guh. Almost squeezed that one in, but the Merc comes flying in to finish that one off.
Yeah, that's
3-1 already.
That is more of the Ball State that we are used to seeing right there. Nice teamwork goal by the Cardinals. Big Boy going to demo Oath there. Now Wova going to try keeping it midfield, going to be taken away by STN. Almost doesn't really get possession of the ball. Sort of an open goal on CMU's side. Wova is going to take it away, going to get it back over there, going to try to get something going, try to extend this Ball State lead. Ware with another demo onto Oath. He loves doing that right now. Guh going to try and get it in the air. Not the angle that he needed. Oath going to send it back down. Ware going to challenge Oath. Looking to send it down to Wova, but Wova just doesn't really have anything to get a crazy shot. Tries to fly it in, but a save by Uncle STN.
Good positioning right now for Ball State. They're always in the right spot. Passing it to the teammates to keep possession. As we look at Big Boy trying to send this one across the field, but Guh, once again, good positioning. Try to get the pass inside to Oath, nothing there as they retreat backwards. Seth on the attack, Oath sits the other way. Ware back to Wova. Wova in the middle trying to get something going. Flip reset, no good. Seth clears this one.
Nice save from Seth there. Going to send it back over to Ball State side. Ware looking to keep it there. Sends it into the air, but Gut is going to take it away. Uncle there waiting in the corner, seeing if he can get control of the ball. Wova there, though, too. Managed to keep control of it for Ball State. Now on CMU side, Big Seth looking to get something done, but he has no boost. Gug going to try and walk in on his own. He's going to send it down to Oath, and that's going to be a Ball State goal.
Hey, we're getting to the prediction. I predicted 4-1. It's 4-1 right now. Ball State will likely score another one, but just another good example of positioning for Ball State. They're always in the right spot at the right time. It really comes down to chemistry and knowing what each other wants to do. At CMU, they had the goal early on to decrease their deficit to 1, but since then it's been all Ball State, as Uncle's gonna miss this one, and Gug capitalizes, sending this one into the net. 5-1 Ball State.
Great game by Ball State right now, bringing it up to 5-1. Just look at this right here. God, just right past Uncle Etienne, straight into the goal, making it 1-5 for Ball State as we get into another kickoff here. This one looking very much in Ball State's favor, seeing if they can keep it this way, but that's going to be another kickoff goal for CMU.
Wow, 2 goals off of the kickoff. Similar of what happened last time where Oath missed it, but this time it's just slightly off and result in an open net for the opposing team. CMU capitalizes 5-2, but CMU, in order to come back in this game or do something the next ones, they have to do something in open play, not off of kickoffs, because when you're scoring just off of the other team making mistakes and not yourself creating opportunities, it makes life difficult, but that's a goal they've been searching for. Big Seth gets their first goal in open play. So
that is one thing that I do agree with you. You're going to need some of those mistakes to try to crawl back from such a deficit, and this is where mistakes can sort of start to creep in and hurt you. Is there now Ball State would have been 5-0 without those 2 kickoff goals, but now they're only up 2, still up 2, but only up 2. Could have been up 4 still. Could have been up 4, but they are not this time. So now they're going to really have to play it a little bit safe here, because this is very doable for CMU to try to come back and get this game, but they're going to be on the attack. And Oath manages to get another one.
What a goal. Ball State had a little bit of trouble early on off the kickoff once again, but Oath, you cannot ask for a better play. Big Seth tried, I think that was Big Seth, if I'm not mistaken, tried to save that one off of his car, but Ball State, found themselves in a bit of trouble early on off the kickoff, but stalled a little bit, had the momentum going the other way, and was able to capitalize pretty quickly. 6-3 in favor of the Cardinals now.
Yep, 6-3. This is where Ball State wants to be. They have some insurance goals, so CMU will not be able to tie this up. Not the right angle for CMU there. That could have been another goal, but just not great positioning, and that's not what you want to see when you have an open opportunity like that. You very rarely get an open opportunity like that against some Ball State defense. Let's see what Wova can do. Kind of misses the ball, going to go back to Oath, but the 10-second timer is going to come out, and it's not looking possible for CMU this time as it counts down. Ball State looking to maybe get one last goal to seal the deal, but Ball State's going to take game 1, 6-3.
That was a very impressive outing from Ball State offensively, I would say. 6 goals in the first game really is a statement of how well this team plays in terms of chemistry-wise, but defense really did lack 2 kickoff goals, 1 in play. Going into the second game, you need to touch up on those mistakes, because eventually CMU is going to capitalize on them even more.
Yeah, that is one thing for sure, is they were lucky that they were already in the advantage when those mistakes happened. If you haven't scored yet, you're all of a sudden down 2 with 2 kickoff goals. So that's something that you want to minimize, even if they still, they still won the game. They still won by 3, but they could have very well won by 5. So just something that you want to happen less. So they'll probably fix it, but I mean, they're lucky enough that they're in the position where a few kickoff goals isn't going to hurt them too bad, but you still want it to happen.
A lot of flashy goals from Ball State in this game as we look at another kickoff goal there from Big Seth. 2 bigs here, and then you got Uncle. Very, very interesting name setup, but just impressive goals all around. proving that Ball State, no matter where they are on the field, they have scoring opportunities off the ceiling, off the wall, no matter how high up, no matter how low they are. They always just make good connection with the ball. They're able to put it where they want it. This team is really precise.
Yeah, they are very precise. They always seem to be where they need to be, and then they know what to do with the ball to just get it in that goal. That's kind of how they get such high-scoring games here. It's just they're always on defense when they need to be on defense. Very rare mistakes from the Cardinals, but let's see how this one goes as we get a quick demo there by Oath taking out Uncle from the game. Wova on Ball State's side, seeing what he can do with it this time. Very goofy card combos that we're seeing right now from Ball State. But on their side, looking like this could be a CMU goal, but it just gets out of Ball State's net just in time. That gets out of the way of their net, I should say. Oath's going to bring it over to CMU side. Going to be followed up by Wova, but Boyer takes it away.
What an interesting card there. I forget what it's called that Wova is using, but you know, very different from what you typically see out of the Octane or Finnick. And just the afro on the card too. Normally you see a lot of sweat cars out there, you know, very sleek, a lot of titanium white wheels and stuff like that as we see in GA, but you know, just a little different. Lighten the mood up a little bit. Have fun out there. That's one thing we were talking about in the pregame show was this Ball State team loves to have fun as we look at the pizza wheels on Oath.
Yeah, we said they like to have fun. Well, they're having a lot of fun right now with these car designs, but they're still playing quite well here. Gug going to be on some defense here. Nice save from him. Going to go back over to CMU side. Blair going to try and contest. Send it to the corner for Wova. Going to be followed up by Oath. Now to Gug, but nothing going to come of that one. Just going to go back into the corner. Wova going to take it up the wall. Uncle trying to contest him on the ceiling. Oath tries to follow it up. Nothing really going to come of it there. Too many CMU cars surrounding him as Gah now going to take it in the air. See if maybe he can score a goal off this one. Going to send it down to Wova, but it's just going to go back down.
Great boost management so far from CMU. We're used to seeing Ball State as this is going to be a shot no good. As I was saying, this Ball State team, one way they find ways to win is just by boost starving the opposing team. But right now, CMU is doing a fantastic job of managing the boost wisely and really not allowing Ball State to boost starve them. And when they don't have boost, as this is one saved by Ball State, is even when CMU doesn't have boost, we saw from Big Seth earlier, is they find ways to put pressure on Ball State. They see the corner boost get taken. They know they're not going to be able to get it. So what they do is they go up in the air off the wall with Ball State and put pressure on them. And it's really working into the benefit of CMU. And that is why it's 0-0 at the deadlock.
Yeah. Now it is kind of, Ball State kind of struggling to sort of keep the ball off their side here. CMU has been putting on great offensive pressure, but Ball State looking to change that now as Wova just gets a nice clear right into the net.
As soon as we talk about Ball State not being able to score, guess what happens? They score. Just able to float that one in there. Good goal there. 1-0 Ball State.
Yeah, great stuff from Ball State there. Looking to continue that momentum. Uncle going to try and see if he can maybe follow up off that. A bit of a poor kickoff. Both going to send it off the wall. STN's going to keep it out as he is demoed by Uncle STN. Gug going to respond to Wova's pass on the ceiling. Going to send it into the corner. Oath looking to follow it up, but great save from Big Seth there to keep it 0-1.
Shot no good there. Wova trying to get it back in. Good defense there by CMU. In the air now. Pass it into the center. No one there. Oath back with it. He's going to hit this one up. Wova comes in flying. No good. Duh. Has it. Has little boost. Now 0. He's going to go off the ceiling. Good defense there from Ware. Ware will take it the other way with Seth in the corner. What is Seth going to do? He's going to focus inside. Oath. Poor shot there, and Seth gets the goal tied up 1-1. Just unable to do something there. Clearing that one out is Oath. Hits it off the back of the car. Floats it right in front of the goal. 1-1.
Yeah, essentially a textbook double tap there from CMU. Bounces it off Oath once, but you know he's not going to be able to get there a second time. So now we're looking at a pretty close game here. Doug going to take it up into the air, see if he can sort of change that. Doesn't want to keep it a close game. Just running a little bit low on boost there. Oath going to try and maybe set something up as well. Well, we're going to maybe try and follow it up, but Ware's going to stop that from happening. Ball gets sent midfield. Blair's going to send it over to STN, but nothing going to go there. He's going to send it back over to CMU side, back to Seth, who's there and waiting, but Oath in the air. Going to try and keep it in Ball State's possession, seeing he can maybe bounce it off the wall. Blair's going to take it away, back over to Ball State side. There's an open Ball State goal, but Wolva is there to contest possession, get the ball back. In the air now. Less than a minute left in the game. Looking really close here. Going to hit it off the ground. Wolva going to try and follow it up. Blair's going to take it back over.
Really good adjustments in this game so far, as that one is no good. Good save there from Oath. CMU has made some adjustments going to this one, and that's going to be a goal for Seth. 2-1 CMU. Ball State in trouble here with only 38 seconds left. Will Ball State be able to weather the storm with this little time left? Only time will tell. They need a goal, and they need one quick.
Yeah, Ball State looking for a bit of an upset right now. CMU looking for a bit of an upset, I should say. Taking even a game off Ball State, pretty big achievement in this conference. So Ball State going to look to stop that from happening. Going to wait for it in midfield, send it into the corner. Ball State running a little bit out of time here as we are approaching 20 seconds on the clock. We're going to try and keep it in his possession. Seth is going to contest. Oath has it in the air. He has boost. Can he tie the game? No, just not the angle. God tries to follow it up, but it's saved. Ball State possibly dropping a game against CMU here. The 10-second timer is going to come out. They're going to have to keep it in the air shortly. Oath out of boost on CMU's side. Wolva sends it into the corner. He's got no boost. Ball is in the air. CMU looking to ground it. And it is going to touch the ground.
Wow.
Ball State dropping a game to CMU.
We've been talking about adversity. This is adversity for Ball State. They dropped their first game in ESC so far this season, and the adjustments that CMU made really did pay off.
Yeah, Wolva easily the MVP there for Ball State, the only goal on the game. And, you know, I can tell that Ball State's not going to like that when he kind of, you saw BK in the background there. He didn't look very happy. So, dropping a game to CMU,
Wow.
a team coming off a loss, that's not what you want to see. That's unusual, honestly, in this conference against Ball State. So they're going to want to sort of ramify that. We're expecting 2 quick 3-0 3-0s, but our prediction is already wrong.
It is definitely wrong already. CMU coming out. Honestly, textbook game plan there from CMU. They came out exactly how they wanted to. They played well. They didn't let the opposing Ball State team boost starve them, and that is why CMU hung around in that game for so long. They were able to find a goal to tie it up. They found the equalizer, then they found one with under 40 seconds left to take the lead. This Ball State team, they love to bully the other team around. CMU came out and said, "You're not going to do that to me. I'm going to have my boost. You're not taking it from me." And they did not let Ball State get too physical.
Yeah, and we kind of saw it at the end there when Ball State was sort of looking for that clutch moment to try to maybe send it into enter time. They had no boost.
No.
They had no boost, so they didn't really have the opportunity to try to send it into overtime. So, Ball State, they're coming out with the funny car combos. They're messing around a little bit. Maybe it's time to get a little bit serious here. Tied 1-1. He just dropped a game, so they're not going to want to do that again. They have a tech pause, so we're going to wait a little bit until we get into the game. Maybe, I don't exactly know what tech pauses are for. I believe that's for technical errors. I don't know. But, yeah, I guess what's Ball State got to do differently? Oh, we're going back in soon.
Let's go.
Never mind. We're going to see what they got to do differently. Let's see if they can sort of ramify that last game. Not looking to drop another one. Definitely not looking to come home with a loss. As Big Seth kind of keeps it on Ball State side, Wolva's going to take it away, looking to sort of get a bit of a revenge goal, get an early goal. Uncle there for the protection, going to send it back over to Ball State side. Big Boy looking to follow it up, but Old's there with the save. It's still right in front of the goal, but God there just in time to get it out of the way.
That, I already know the players for Ball State, their hearts sank when they saw that one. That almost floated right into the goal. This one floating in front of the goal. Oath, he gets the goal. And there's Ball State. That's the quick goal we're used to seeing the Cardinals get. Miscommunication there defensively, it appears, for Central Michigan. But Ball State able to capitalize on CMU's mistake. They got a goal early in this one. And Ball State, they just love to put the opposing team down early. They like to play with, a little extra food get around 2 goals up against the opposing team so they can start messing around a little bit. And that's really where you see peak Cardinals play, is when they're flying off the ceiling, when they're flying off the air, when they're passing to each other, and they really start to do that when they're up by a pair of goals.
Yeah, peak plays when you see Cardinals fly, as we might want to say. Let's see if Ball State can keep it on CMU side, keep up that momentum. I'll go there in the nick of time for the save. You're going to try to send it back in. And honestly, just not great positioning by CMU there.
Not at all. Cardinals resurging right now. There's that one right into Guz's lap. He is able to send that one right into the left of the net. And another example of good positioning for Ball State. We really did not point it out in the second game because the positioning was poor based on the Cardinal standards. And that one, Gunn knows where that ball's going to be. He gets there in time. He's able to put that one to the net. Is that one off the mark? Good defense there from Ball State, able to deny Seth the second opportunity.
Yeah, CMU sort of struggling to capitalize on opportunities here, kind of opposite of what we just saw with that last game. You know, I've seen a few shots here that definitely should have been a goal. Seth there with the save, and of course that last goal very well could have been saved by CMU. It could be a 1-0 game right now. Could even be a tied game right now, but CMU is struggling to capitalize on some of these opportunities that they've been given. Going to try to get the double tap, but nothing going to come of it. O's going to try and bounce it off, see if any of his teammates can follow it up, but it's going to maybe just be sent into midfield. Wova low on boost. Ball State maybe looking to get back and regroup here. Buera's looking to put CMU on the board, but a great save by Guh.
Oh, trying to take it the other way. Hits this one into the corner for Wova. No good there. As this one's going to Guh, no good. Oath, 3 chances to score. They get it with Oath off the third. Just the constant pressure. What do you expect CMU to do when you have 3 players, all 3 of them taking shots at the net, and finally they get the third one to fall. 3-0 Ball State. And this is the advantage the Cardinals love to play with. They like to get up early. They like to get up by multiple goals before the halfway mark and make that 4 for Guh. What just happened for CMU?
Yeah, I don't really know what that was. You just kind of watch here. You know, he's got it on the head of his car. His uncle just dived at nothing. Kind of saw a ghost there.
Buera was out of play. One of them was demoed.
And, you know, Ball State. This is kind of the Ball State that we're used to seeing. And the question I have is, what happened to CMU? I mean, last game they played absolutely amazingly. I mean, simply outplayed Ball State. Looking to maybe get on the board here, but Wova's going to get a save. But yeah, Ball State. This is the Ball State we're used to seeing here. Last game was a little rough, and they're looking to ramify that as soon as possible, make it 2-1, get their advantage back. They definitely have an advantage in this game as we look at the stats here.
11 shots, make that 12 and make that 5 goals for Ball State. Wow. The Ball State Cardinals have came out with a statement in game number 3. They want to limit the hope CMU has to come out victorious in the series after a shaky second game. Ball State, talk about guns a-blazing. This is what we expect Ball State to do, and they're playing phenomenally right now in game 3.
Yeah, definitely a rough second game, but this is the Cardinals that we are used to seeing 5 of right now, and they still have time to score more. And CMU left with all the work to do to try to close this deficit while Ball State just continues to put on this offensive pressure, keeping it on CMU's side. Oath with boost, gonna maybe try get something else on the board, just gonna hit the ground, dancing with the ball in the air, but nothing really gonna come of it. Gonna send it back to Oath, blocked by Seth. Gonna go maybe into the corner here. Unsure what is happening with the ball right now. Gonna go back to us as we are experiencing some technical difficulties. That's live production. We're gonna go back into the game on Ball State's side now. CMU looking to see if they can get on the board. Buera gonna maybe send it over to STN, but nothing gonna happen. Guh has it in the air, but he doesn't need to do anything.
Another open net. It is 6-0 Cards right now. This is, I can't say anything about this because it's really been perfect. This is a brilliant game from Guh, Woth, and Wova. All 3 of them playing phenomenally. 6 goals in the first 3.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Seth is going to take this one into the corner.
All right, Ball State. This is definitely just a risk. This is kind of what happens when Ball State loses in a bit of an upset. They do not get happy when they lose a game that they know they should have won. They know they did not play their best that last game. And now look at the score here. 6 minutes with 6 goals with 1 minute on the clock, excuse me, there, as now Gunn making a look at 7. And Oath just going to walk it in as the goal goes from 6 to 7.
I was going to say the same thing. We had the right idea. 6-7 now. Up the cards. And shout out Trevor Story. 7-0 Ball State. Wow, what a game.
Great stuff from Ball State right here. 7-0 now, less than a minute left on the board. Seeing if CMU maybe can just get on the board here. They need to get on the board, but nothing really happening for them. It's kind of just, they have all the work to do and they don't really have the time to do it. Down 7 in Rocket League is just such an insane mountain to climb. They really need to try and do it, but it's just not going to work out for them with 30 seconds left on the timer, and it's on their side.
I don't know what to say about CMU. You know, you come out in game number 1. You trail 6-3. You know, there's some bright spots. You capitalize on some mistakes Ball State had. You're down 1-0 in the series. Then you come out, big win against Ball State. 2-1, like you said, simply just outplayed Ball State in game number 2. Phenomenal outing. And it's really been a roller coaster. You go from the highest of highs to now the lowest of lows, down 7-0. The ball airtime is going to exceed over 13, now 14 seconds. Ball State statement win against CMU.
And it's honestly kind of just confusing, I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
I'm very confused.
You go your first game, and you know, I wouldn't call it a total blowout. Ball State still dominated, they still win. As we look at some stats here, Oath with 5 goals in the game. Great stuff from him. 8 shots for both Ga and Oath, but yeah, you come out with such, you know, not a bad game 1. You're fairly competitive, but you know, Ball State is Ball State. Then game 2 comes along and you outplay Ball State, which is not something we talk about very often. You outplay them and you take a game which has not happened yet all year. Then you lose 7-0. And this is why Rocket League is so unpredictable, because I would have never predicted them to get a game, nor would I have predicted them after getting a game to then lose 7-0. So Ball State looking to end it in the next one.
Yep. CMU, they looked like the 3rd best team in the ESC in game 2. They really did. And now I'm just honestly confused. I'm lost for words on how that happens. You come out, win 2-1, then you lose 7-0. It's just as confusing on how Green Bay went 2-0 against the Commanders and Lions and lost to the Browns.
Happens to the best of us, as you can say. Here we go, Ball State at match point, looking to sort of end this one quick. They definitely don't want to go 2-2. That would be unfortunate for them. Ga has it in the air. Uncle looking to get it, maybe an early goal, do what Ball State likes to do, but not going to happen this time. Oath has it in the air now, a little low on boost. Maybe going to fake one car. Wolva going to keep it in the midfield. Going to send it down in the ground, going to replenish his boost. Fakes out one car, and that's a wide open net for Wolva to dance it in.
I just want to point out that goal explosion again.
It's
like
great.
You said, you thought it was, you said it was amazing, and I concur.
It's great.
You know what also is great? That goal. Just dancing in the air with that ball, able to put it into the net. 1-0 Ball State. Ga with it, right side off the kickoff. He's going to fly in the air, goes off the ceiling. He's going to try and get down with it. No good as Uncle hits this one away. And Seth on the other side, wave dashing on the wall. Over in a little bit of trouble there, trying to contest this one. Seth forces himself out. Oath there, good positioning once again, trying to fly up to it, no good. Wova with it, but big Seth there. Ga contests, and CMU retains possession, going into Wova there.
Yeah, CMU maybe looking to try to get on the board here. Did not even score a goal last game. Doing a good job right now, keeping it on Ball State's side. Where's going to send it in? That's tied game. It's looking like game 2 again.
It really is 1-1 now. As you know, we're not looking at anything. We're back to us. 1-1 now. CMU just really capitalizing on mistakes Ball State makes, and we saw that in game 2. We saw a little bit of that in game 1, and we saw none of that in game 3. And it is good to see CMU coming out, giving Ball State some competition right now in this game as it's tied up 1-1 in possession of Gunn now. He's going to ride it on the right side. Seth stalls out his attack, and he's going to have a counterattack. He's going to fly up with the ball off the wall as this one is pinched into Square. Go with it. He's in a tricky position. He was about to take it across net, something you never want to do, but Gud does get the ball.
Yeah, all right, Ball State looking to maybe try and get on the board again. They want to get a goal because you don't want what happened in game 2 to happen again. You don't want the team to be in a position for a late goal for the lead, because then you have so much to do with so little time to try to get that lead back. So now, as an open Ball State goal is there, a guy is going to be there for the save. Ball State going to want to get another one in here to just avoid what happened in game 2 again. But CMU doing a great job of keeping it on Ball State's side right now. Seth's going to try and follow it up, but their goal is going to be wide open. Oh, it's going to have a good redirect. But SCN there with the save. It's still on CMU's side. Where manages to send it over. Well, we're going to try and take it back.
Woba in the air with this one, gets it over STN. Woba still has it with it, and the finish is there for Guh. What a way to have the awareness to come flying in off of the right side. Comes in, gets a hard touch that you need, a powerful shot, 124 kph, excuse me, to get the second goal that Ball State needed.
Yeah, Ball State now looking in a good position to try to win this one. They're going to play some good defense now. This is where you want to be. They are not in the scary position that they were in game 2, where CMU only needed 1 goal to take the advantage. Now CMU needs 1 tie at 2 to lead. So now Ball State going to look to even grow that advantage even more back on the CMU side. Seth maybe going to try do something with it. He's in the air, but Wova's just going to take it. God tries to follow it up, but he gets bumped. Great bump from CMU there to stop that momentum. Now Boer going to take it over. Oh, it's going to be there on the defense. Wova looking to follow it up, bounces it off, goes for the double tap, but just not the right angle. Oh, tries to follow it up. Now Gun's going to follow it up, and that's going to be a goal.
Beautiful performance there from Ball State. We love talking about the chemistry this team has. Wova misses the shot, but here comes his teammate able to float it for, guess what, another teammate. The positioning that they have, the awareness of each other, knowing where each other is, knowing where I need to be offensively and defensively in order to keep on the pressure. And Ball State, 3-1. This is where they want to be, trying to close this series out.
Yeah, and one thing that I love about having these... Whoa, that's going to be a goal, but no. I'll go there for the save. One thing I love about having these webcams sometimes is sometimes, even though I do believe that the webcams are not live right now, their facial expressions just don't change. The webcams don't need to be live, because that is what they've looked like every single time we go to the live. Go with just straight face. He's locked in after that loss. He does not want that to happen again. So Ball State looking to close out the win here. They only need a little bit more to do it. About a minute left on the clock. They've played absolutely great this game. Oh, looking to maybe just dance it in. Blair is going to be there with the save. Well, we're going to send it into the air, see if anyone can respond. Seth's going to keep it out of CMU's goal. 1 minute remaining.
Ball State right now just trying to play the clock. They don't need to do anything too crazy. They just need to get out of this game, come out with the win. And right now, it really is just about limiting your own mistakes, because as soon as you make a mistake, the crack opens up and CMU is going to want to fill it with a goal. And right now, CMU just not able to do anything. They only have 1 person with above 10 boost. Some of them do get some boost back in the corners, but Ball State looking to close this series out and have their eyes set on BGSU.
Yeah, Ball State, this roster does have 1 more game tonight. Almost a goal there, but it is saved. And this is just another thing that just confuses me. CMU maybe looking to get on the board late game, 3 seconds left on the clock, but just not capitalizing on that opportunity. Now Wova looking to keep it in the air, looking to put that nail in the coffin, they don't give it to him because it touches the ground. But those last 2 games were the Ball State that we were used to seeing.
Yes.
And it just, honestly, this game puzzles me more than anything. And because that game 2, not only was it just like not a great game from Ball State, but you still have to give it to CMU. It wasn't just that Ball State wasn't playing great. CMU played exceptionally well in game 2, and then we didn't see that at all in game 3. And then they were fairly competitive. Game 4 had some good moments, but yeah, that was a weird game of Rocket League for sure. But
most interesting series for Ball State in the ESC so far. I mean, I'm confused.
Yeah.
But I do like the adjustments Ball State made. You know, you win a good game 6-3 in game number 1. You lose a tight game in game number 2, 2-1. A game that was winnable, you just made a couple of mistakes that CMU capitalized. Then in game number 3, a statement victory, 7-0. And then right after that, they never looked back. After that first goal in game number 3, Ball State looked like a completely different team than we saw in the first 2 games. It looked like the original Cardinals we have seen throughout ESC so far.
Yeah, and now all focus shifts to the next team up, Bowling Green. We are going to get there eventually, but I do believe we do have a bit of a break before we get to there. So I think we're going to send it to a bit of a break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. It'll be very quick. We'll have some more ESC Rocket League tonight. Not yet. We are actually going to talk for a little bit longer. So Bowling Green coming up next, coming off a great win against CMU. So that was absolutely great by Ball State. But yeah, that game too still puzzles me. It's a weird series.
It happens, you know, it's like any other series. You know, when a 8 seed plays a 1 seed or a 2 seed plays a 7 seed in basketball in the NBA, sometimes that low seed sneaks out just one game. And, you know, it just happens. It's really not who's the better team overall. It's always about who's the best team right now in that game. And CMU got the better of BSU for one game. Just for one. But other than that, Ball State played phenomenally well. And, you know, had some adversity. But they do come out victorious. And they're going to be playing BGSU, a team that is coming off a loss. But they are playing Buffalo. I'm unsure what the results of that game are. But I am interested to see how well they play.
Okay, it's back to what is up. So yeah, that is definitely going to be questionable. I mean, great stuff from Ball State. But yeah, a bit of an upset for CMU. That's going to give them a bit of a confidence boost. I mean, they did just take a game off of the #1 ranked team in ESC. So huge stuff for them. They played exceptionally well. As we now look forward to Bowling Green, which I believe do you have their ranking in ESC?
Yes, so BGSU, they are ranked 8 going into their game against Buffalo, a 1-2 school. You know, not the greatest team on paper, but, you know, anything is possible. I'm not too familiar with their game. All I know is really what they put out box score-wise. But overall, it's going to be interesting to see how they come out against a phenomenal team in Ball State that is now 4-0 and on top of ESC. You know, they are officially right now, they have been, because Akron, you know, Akron is undefeated, but they played one less game than Ball State. Ball State, you know, unanimously #1 in ESC, and they do not want to relinquish that title.
No, they do not. And yeah, Bowling Green, like you said, on paper, a worse team. I don't know how Bowling Green is currently right now 1-2, and yeah, coming off of a loss, I believe.
Yes.
Yes. So
lost to Eastern Michigan.
Lost to Eastern Michigan, and Eastern Michigan, I believe they're actually the lowest ranked team in ESC right now. So that's a bit of a heartbreaking loss for them. So maybe looking to get some morale back tonight. Maybe playing with, you know, a bit more moxie, but we don't know how they're going to do. The most memorable thing I have about the School of Bowling Green was when they took a shock game off of NEU in the Overwatch 2 ESC finals last year.
Wow. I've been to Bowling Green State twice for CIY. As we got stuff, yeah, let's go. I agree with them. Whatever they're cheering about is probably with, you know, Trevor Story hitting a homer against the Yankees. Last time I checked, it's 3-3. Go Sox.
I believe that's our Valorant team.
It is Valorant.
I believe that is our Valorant team. Something cool just happened.
I'm excited for them in spring.
Yeah, I am as well. Esports team, Esports Center, very well occupied right now. But we are just, there's no break. We're here. So if you're just joining us now, maybe Bowling Green fan.
Let's go.
I'm Wyatt,
Happy you're here.
I'm Wyatt, aka Libby Baby.
And I'm Ethan Moore. Very excited for this. I'm not too familiar with Bowling Green State Rocket League team, but I'm excited to see what they do.
Yeah, so welcome back. If, like I said, if you are just joining us now, we are coming off of a 3-1 win against CMU. A bit of a shock that CMU got a game off. Everyone, you kind of unanimously predicted a 3-0, but CMU got the best of us in game 2. But now we are here with Bowling Green.
Yep,
that is what we
go.
are about to do now as we look into that. We talked about the last game. I guess let's take a look at Bowling Green's roster as we are waiting to get into this game. Let's see if here we go. They did just come off, but they lost to Buffalo. So we have Slick Billy, that's good. Cade 8812 and Alpha Seeker.
You know, I love doing my name power rankings. Number 1 is still Johnny McMuffin. Slick Billy might have to slot in the number 2 slot.
That is a good one.
Slick Billy. Question I have for you, Billy. Are you slick? You better be living up to your name. I better see you come out of nowhere and score a goal in the series. If not, I'll be disappointed.
All right, let's look at that Ball State roster real quick. Of course, it is going to be Gaoth and Wova, the big 3. Of course, Variety also has been in a couple of ESC games this year. Let's get into our game predictions real quick. I'm going to go with a Ball State 3-0. Coming off of that loss in game 2, they looked like Ball State, they looked like an even better Ball State. They were not happy, and they just absolutely dominated those last 2 games, one of them being 7-0. So I'm going to predict a Ball State sweep.
I completely agree with you. I think it'll be 3-0 this time. I predicted 3-0 last time. I've also predicted 3-0 every single time for Ball State. Just because of how good I think this team is. Last time against Central Michigan, obviously it didn't go the way we predicted it, but I do expect Ball State to win 3-0, and I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, all right?
Score by score.
Score by score. I'm feeling confident this time. First game, Ball State, they're going to come out and win 6-1. Bowling Green is going to get a random goal with around 2 minutes left, and that is where the goal come from, but Ball State will dominate that one. In the next game, Ball State, guess what they do? They keep up the momentum. They score 7 goals, and they win 7-2. I think Bowling Green State's going to get a random kickoff goal. We saw Ball State struggle with kickoffs in the last series against Central Michigan, and Ball State will come out victorious in the last game, winning 5-0 in a shootout. Let's go Cardinals. I'm excited to see this one go underway. Ball State lost their first game in ESC, but I don't think they'll lose another one the rest of the night.
Yeah, and I'm going to do what I did last game, come up with one fun little prediction. I'm going to predict that BGSU will score a combined total of 5 goals in this match.
I'm predicting 3.
You're predicting 3. I have a little bit more confidence in Bowling Green, it seems, but I do still think that it is going to be a Ball State 3-0. I just think that, especially coming off of a 3-1, which I think that's only the second ever 3-1 I've ever seen from Ball State in the regular season, maybe the first. So I think that they are going to be, they're going to have some fire under their belly. They are going to be looking to just absolutely sweep. Like I said, I think that, their facial expressions that entire game after they lost were just, they were not happy. So they are looking to do a 3-0 sweep this time, like they were expected to last time.
You want to talk about another sweep? It's going to be a 2-0 sweep. Let's go Red Sox. I don't know the score, but it's going to happen. Please, I beg. I need a win. Haven't seen one since 2021. It's going to happen. It's going to happen this year. I was a freshman in high school last time. Now I'm a freshman in college. So,
fair enough, yeah. That's a little depressing.
Hey, but we do have World Series titles, all right? We've won quite a lot since 04. We've won 4. So, and this year's going to be our 5th. Sadly, no Roman Anthony, but
unfortunate, but who is definitely also going to sweep a note. I'm just going to steal your segue.
Ball State.
Ball State. Rocket
Even though they
League.
did not sweep last time.
Even though they didn't sweep last time.
I was
but
wrong.
I was also wrong. That's my first wrong prediction all year for the game score. But
Same here.
I think that they are going to give us some justice and make it so our prediction is right next game, as we just kind of wait to get into that ESC kickoff. Of course, like we said, it's always the longest part of the night.
It really is.
When we're there, as we see. Oh, we might be getting started soon. BK's running back there, as you see on the right side or left side of your screen. Yep. Oh, nope. Looking at our players and their webcams. Getting ready to get into game here. Wova looking especially locked in there.
Wova, all of them are always locked in, you know. There's a reason why they're the #1 team in the ESC right now. And they're no slouches. Far from it, actually. They're terrific.
Yeah, definitely, just a very good team. We talk about it a lot. I mean, these guys have played together for quite a long time. One of the longest team pairings, I believe, in the ESC. I even think longer than Akron, because I think Akron had a lineup change like last year, if I'm not mistaken. So these guys have been together for quite a while. This is going to be our last year with these three, as Wova is a senior, looking to, end off that senior year with that championship. That championship trophy, add to the trophy case. We have a lot to say Rocket League on it, but we want that ESC Rocket League trophy. We want that ESC Rocket League first place trophy this year.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
It
has to.
I have faith. You have to. If you have low expectations for yourself, you're only gonna put out disappointing and low results. If you have high expectations, it gives you something to work towards. It gives you something to really, hold yourself accountable towards. And I think this team is doing just that. They have high expectations for themselves. They want to win the ESC. They know what it takes to win the ESC. And that's really beating Akron, if we're being honest, considering Akron is basically on par with us. But let's go Cardinals.
Yeah, like I like to say, it's winnable until you lose. So
wow, great analysis.
The tournament for that is going to be coming up, at the end of the regular season, and I think that they are going to win the championship. And I'm going to think that until they possibly lose it. And I don't think they're going to lose it. I think they're going to win it. So I'm predicting that Ball State championship this year. I'm going to predict it for all 4 games, actually.
It's
all
happening.
4.
It is happening.
League of Legends looking to go back-to-back. Overwatch looking to claim their first. Valorant looking to, I believe, claim their first. And then, of course, Rocket League looking to claim their first against Akron. I think Valorant will also be looking towards Akron as well. Definitely our fall rivals is Akron High School. I'm college, not high school. What am I saying? This is collegiate esports, everyone. But yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
Who knows? Who knows, actually? I don't know. Is Ball State a college? Who knows?
I'd hope so. Well, it's a university.
It's a university, that is true.
With colleges in it.
With colleges in it.
That's something I didn't know was a thing. Like, I thought it was just college and university. I didn't realize it was a university with colleges in it. The more you know. And that's why you get education, folks.
Yeah, and I do hear that we are about to go into game. And, of course, looking for a 3-0 because, of course, there are 3 guarantees in life. Death, taxes, and birds on top as Ball State looks to get a bit of redemption from that last game as Wolves is going to send it over. Actually, Ball State is the blue team. I don't think I've ever seen this.
It's odd. It's weird looking at, considering the score bug is different. But, some things happen. Maybe it was just, a little bit of miscommunication as Oath gets the goal. 1-0 Ball State. All right. That's going to confuse me a little bit, but it's okay. 1-0 Ball State. Cards on top already, like we've been saying. There's Alpha Sika 14. Wova. The kickoff with Cade. That's not Cade Cunningham. That is someone different. Oath. No good. Tries to hit it in. Slick Billy comes out of nowhere.
Yep, now Ball State looking to follow up on this momentum here. Cade going to try to get control of it, but Oath in the air waiting. And that looks like it's going to be a Ball State goal, but Slick Billy there with the save. Oath going to send it into his own corner. Alpha Seeker low on boost, so God's going to take it away into the air. Low on boost himself. Maybe going to send it down to Wova, but it's not the angle he needed. Slick Billy was there and waiting on the defense. Oath's got boost. Now God going to send it into the air. Now going to juke Cade. Oath going to try and follow it up, but he just doesn't have the angle he needs.
Slick Billy in the corner trying to get it out of there. No, he cannot. Oath comes flying in. He's going to hit this one up to the ceiling, trying to float this one in front of the goal. Alpha Seek is there to clear it away. Guh hits it back up. And he's going to try and send this one inside to Oath, and it's a goal! 2-0 Ball State early. This is the Ball State we saw when they won 7-0 against CMU.
Yeah, Ball State looking outright dominant right now. Looking to continue that. Looking to make a dominant sweep here tonight. Coming off that kickoff, Alpha Seeker. Oath going to take it into the air. They're going to be followed up. Slick Billy tries to contest with the possession. Oath going to send it to the ground. Guh going to take it. Now Cade going to bump Guh away. Back onto Ball State side. Wolver's going to try and keep it. Send it up to Guh. Now it's going to roll over. Now Slick Billy going to keep it on Ball State side. Wolva in the air, going to try and send it away. But BGSU doing a good job of keeping it on Ball State side. Looking to get on the board, but just not the angle they needed. Tried to set up Cade, but nothing going to happen. It's looking to roll back on the Ball State side. Slick Billy keeps it over, looking to score, but Oath takes it away from him.
Oath on the attack. Cade in net. This one's going to float up to the top bar. Slick Billy clears this one away. But another example of good positioning as he comes flying in. Oath trying to get up to Slick Billy, unable to do so. Oath low on boost. He's going to retreat back. Here comes Wova on the attack and the dominator. He's going to pass it to Oath in the center. He hits it back down, trying to get that one in. He cannot as Cade is there defensively. This one, hits it off of Wova on accident. Oath is going to pitch this one into the center. Alpha Seeker is there defensively for Bowling Green State. Slick Billy on the attack. He's trying to get this one past Oath. Oath able to stuff that one, and Wova with the pinch, able to get that one out there. Alpha Seeker on the attack, and Oath clears this one.
Still on Ball State's side. Guh going to send it over to Bowling Green. Oath going to try to respond low on boost. So he's going to need some help from Wova from across the field. He's going to make it a 3-0 game.
Beautiful, beautiful play there from Ball State. Oath able to hit that one off the wall and able for a teammate to be there to send that one into the net. 3-0 Ball State.
Now on Ball State's side, we're going to try and send it down to Guh. Guh's going to fake one on Bowling Green's side. Has boost. Maybe going to try and set something up, but Slick Billy's going to take it away. Wova going to try to contest. It's going to go back over to Ball State side. Open Ball State goal! And Slick Billy's going to put him on the board.
Slick Billy living up to his name, being a little slick there in the corner, bounces it to himself. Open net. Where is Ball State? That is the question. But you know where they are? They're on top, 3-1. That's the real matter right now. Oath hits this one in the corner. Alpha Seeker in the air, only 7 boosts, now down to 1. Loses all of it. He's able to sneak that past 1, but Wova is there to clear that one away. Slick Billy in front of Guh. Slick Billy on the wall, no boost. Oath hits it down into Alpha Seeker. Seeker the other way with it now. Wova in the air, has Cade up in the air. He's going to redirect it the other way, and Guh is there for State.
Yeah, kind of back and forth right now. Ball State lucky to be in the lead here. That one goal from Bowling Green not going to affect them too much. Guh dancing within the air. Cade with a nice save. Alpha Seeker's going to send it into Ball State's corner. Wova a little bit low on boost. Going to try and maybe just get it over. Maybe get it over to his friend Guh. Slick Billy going to hold it into the corner. Going to try and keep it on Ball State's side. Oath going to contest in that Christmas-themed car there. Into the other corner now. Guh has it in the air, going to be taken away from him by Alpha Seeker. Bowling Green looking maybe get something left, get something else on the board, but none of their cars on the side when they needed to be there. Oath now fakes one. Guh's going to try and follow it up. Alpha Seeker surely will be there for the save. He doesn't need to be because Cade took it away.
Bowling Green State, just nothing working offensively for them right now since they've gotten the goal to bring the lead down to 2 for Ball State. Ball State, they're always keeping that pressure on. They normally outshoot the opponent. And right now, they're doing a great job of what they normally do, of boost starving the opposing side, as Wova's going to hit this one up to Oath. That shot saved by Cade. As this one is ticking under 10 now.
Yeah, the 10-second timer gonna come out. This one's gonna go to Ball State here, but as Ball State likes to do, they might like to put one final nail in the coffin as Bowling Green is just gonna ground it here. Ball State takes game one in a dominant fashion.
Beautiful game there for Ball State. You know, coming out early, getting 2 goals, setting the record straight, doing exactly what they needed to do. You know, we've always been saying Ball State, you know, they play better when they have at least a 1-2 goal lead because they can get a little bit more creative because they have a little bit more of a cushion for them, and that is exactly what they did. You know, all around fantastic performance in game 1, looking to get the sweep that they weren't able to do against CMU. Great start, Ball State.
Yeah, definitely a great start for them. Going to look to keep this momentum up now. Keep this streak alive of winning and winning and winning. They only need 2 more games. Game 2 for them was a little bit rough against CMU. Looking to not have that happen again. So as it looks like we might be getting in the game, no, we're going to get to us.
Yeah, you get a great view right now. What a game from Ball State. You know, right now, I believe they're 13-1 overall in ESC play. Fantastic season from them, and right now, they're trying to make it 15-1.
Yeah, they're looking to do that. Only need 2 more games to do so. And if they play like how they played in game 1 and game 2 and game 3, I'm going to just keep my confidence up with that sweep. Definitely played great in game 1, did Ball State. Looking to do it again. This is kind of what we're more used to seeing from them. Haven't really been that same not great team that we saw in game 2 since game 2 happened. From the last game, of course. A little bit rough from them, so have looked great since then, so let's hope that it's going to stay that way.
Yeah, and speaking of Bowling Green State, overall, they didn't play too bad. Yes, they allowed a good amount of goals as we're already into the next one, but, you know, there is something to work with here. As Wova in the air. This one is taken away. Going the other way is Bowling Green State. Slick Billy on the attack. Alpha Seeker trying to work that one inside, unable to do so. Slick Billy's flying up in the air in the octane. Cade trying to pass this one down to someone, unable to do so. Oath with it. He misses, and Judd takes it away.
Now going to go on to Bowling Green's side here. Maybe Oath looking to follow it up. No, Cade's going to take it into the air. Wova tries to challenge. Oath is going to take it away. Wova low on boost, back on BGSU side. Gets some boost, but it's taken away. Alpha Seeker going to send it over, but Guz going to intercept. Maybe tries to throw it down to Oath. That's an open Ball State goal.
Wow.
And Bowling Green's going to get on the board here.
Slick Billy doing what he does best in being slick. Just dead center shot. He has scored 2 goals in the series so far, both of them because of open nets. Where is Ball State? We've been asking this a lot throughout the last couple of games where they're just caught lacking. And, you know, if a team has the awareness, well, I'm criticizing Ball State, and then they tell me to shush. That's fantastic goal.
Yeah, the one mistake that I say is the most common from Ball State is a bit of an overcommit. That's one thing that they do most often is they like to go super aggressive, and occasionally that leads to a bit of a error. But usually they like to respond with doing stuff like that and just easily tying up the game. Alpha Seeker maybe going to try to get something done here. It's going to be taken away, followed up by Oath on BGSU's side now. Seeing if Ball State can maybe get another one on the board early here. Guz going to try and follow it up, and it's going to roll right in.
They were down for maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And now they're already, I don't even think it was 30 seconds. I think it was like 20. And guess what? Ball State already has the lead. They might have the league at the end of it, but who knows? Just all around Ball State. They do what they do best. They know they made a mistake, and they came out and corrected it right away with 2 quick goals. And now they can get creative, having a 1-goal lead, and this one's in. Go with the shot. You can't ask for much better there.
Yeah, Guz kind of take it in the air, bounce it off the wall and right in to the net. Absolutely stylish from Guz there as we get into another kickoff here. So BGSU maybe looking to respond a little bit here. We're seeing the exact same score, maybe We're seeing the exact same score this game as we did last. Ball State maybe going to look to up the score as they so often like to do. Both feeling very festive right now. Maybe going to send it over. Nothing going to come of it. Wova now has it in the air, seeing what he can do. Cade's going to take it away. Oath waiting in the midfield to keep it on BGSU's side. Alpha-Seeker's going to challenge, but Oath has boost. He's going to see if he can get it in. Slick Billy's going to save. Guz's going to take it midfield, see what he can do, but it's sent away.
Slick Billy on the attack. He has Wova right in front of him, loses it to Wova. Oath sneaks it past one. Alpha-Seeker in the corner. He gets demoed. This one's centered for Wova. Slick Billy hits it the other way. Can Guh get up to save that one? He can. Oath trying to get back. Slick Billy bombs Guh out of the way. Wova off the pin drop of Alpha-Seeker. And this one's in the air for Oath. He's going to send it into the corner. Cade now sends it back. Oath win possession of it. He's going to try and drop this one in front of the goal. He does, but Slick Billy pops this one back up. Wova in with it now. He hits it into the corner. Slick Billy clears this one away. Oath now with it. He has some boost to work with. Just under 30 now. Sends this one off the front of his car. Slick Billy and Cade both double commit right now. And this one is in favor of Ball State possession. Oath redirects this one up. Gut there, but Slick Billy hits this one away. And BGSU stalls the Ball State attack. Just kidding. Wova back on it.
Yeah, now back on BGSU side. Ball State looking to up the score. Slick Billy there going to be there with the save. Guy's going to take it off the wall. Has boost. See what he can do with it. Maybe fakes one. Is he going to fake another? No. Slick Billy is going to be there on the save. Wova tries to follow it up, but just not the angle that he needed. He's going to set it up for someone, but no one there. Still on BGSU's side. Alpha-Seeker maybe trying to take it. Cade manages to do so. Going to bring it over to Ball State's side now. Has it in the air, but he has no boost. Oath's going to now take it away. Cade gets boosted, maybe try and challenge. Slick Billy has it as well in his corner on Ball State's side. As we're now just under 2 minutes left. Guy's going to walk it over, see if anyone can follow it up. Oath tries to, but it's stopped by a BGSU car. Still on BGSU's side, though. Wova's going to try and send it down. Net's practically open. It goes in anyway.
I don't know how to describe this goal. Wova coming in off the flick. Just gets the last touch there off of Alpha-Seeker, and then it just plops right in front of his car. Wova there with the goal. 4-1 Ball State. You can't ask for a better start to a series right now if you're Ball State.
Yeah, definitely cannot ask for a better start to the series. They're doing absolutely great right now. This is kind of what we expect to see from them in this conference. A little bit of a struggle in the first game of the night, but now looking to up the score. A minute left on the clock. They basically have all the time in the world. It is going to go in for BGSU.
Alpha-Seeker and Cade, I believe, are the two that come together. I'm guessing that was planned. It might have been, who knows, but BGSU brings the lead back down to 2 for Ball State now. The Cardinals, this is a little uneasy. You know, they're normally good in these positions as Oath is demoed there. Alpha-Seeker is going to try and take it the other way, but Guz right there was going to try and fly up and pinch out off the wall, but taken away by Cade. Cade has no boost. He's going to try and musty flick, unable to do so. As Alpha-Seeker misses the shot, it's an open net, but no one is in good position for Ball State. Gun in the air with it. He's going to try and hit this one to the side, but Cade comes out of nowhere and saves that one. Oath now back on the attack, gives it to Wova. Wova with the shot, no good.
Yeah, Wova not really getting the shot that he needed there. Now Guh has it with boost in the air. Going to try and fake out. Alpha-Seeker does so. Oath's going to follow it up, send it into the corner. Going to get the double tap. Slick Billy's going to be there with the save. Wova going to maybe send it over to Oath. Oath's just going to ground it. Maybe try to give it to Wova. 10 seconds left now. Game 2 looking to go into Ball State's favor, but BGSU could maybe do something. Nice save there from Slick Billy, but now the second the ball touches the ground, it's going to be over, and Wova's going to ground it to take a 2-0 advantage in the series.
Yeah, Wova wanted to get out there quickly, and he just hits the ball off the bottom of his car, so it goes directly down. Ball State, great series so far, and overall, everyone is playing good for this Ball State team.
Yeah, everyone playing really good, kind of all around, you know, even on games where, like, look at Oath here, he did not have any goals this game, but he had 2 assists.
Look at Alpha-Seeker for Bowling Green. Filled out every single stat you can. 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 shot, 1 demo. He was everywhere for them. look at Slick Billy, 5 saves. You know, even when Ball State, you know, the reason why the other team normally has so many saves is just because Ball State puts so much pressure on the defense. They have so many shots, and that really does inflate a little bit of the defensive stats. But Slick Billy, phenomenal game defensively with 5 saves.
Yeah, and Alfseeker, he's nothing but if an all-around player, one in every single stat. But yes, I do agree with you there, where sometimes people look at a number of saves and think, oh, their defense is amazing, but, you know, look at the score.
Yeah.
I just sometimes Ball State's just so aggressive that it happens sometimes. You know, they get those saves. They still did play great, did BGSU. You know, they did have some amazing saves, but yeah, 5 saves. Well, Ball State had 4 goals, so that is just kind of how it happens at the end of the day sometimes. So now Ball State looking to finish this one quick here, make it a 3-0 game. Wova has it now, going to try to take it over to BGSU side, maybe for an early goal, rocking that F1 car, but it's just going to touch the ground. Oath maybe going to try to follow it up. Slick Billy almost there with the save. Oath's going to tap it in. Great goal there from Oath.
I love the F1 representation. I haven't seen that car in forever. Slick Billy almost is able to get that one out there, but just a beautiful commitment, able to stay with it to get the goal. 1-0 Ball State. That F1 car is just so thin.
It is a very small car, which is kind of unusual. That's not always what Rocket League players actually like to have. You know, they like the cars they like for a reason, but Wova now in that F1 car, styling it in the air. It's going to be an open goal, and it's going to be 2-0 for Ball State.
Beautiful goal there from Wova. Flicking that one into the net, right out of reach for Alpha Seeker 14. Good goal there from Ball State, and, you know, 30 seconds in, already up 2-0.
Yeah, Ball State, great start to this one here. Probably the perfect start. I mean, 30 seconds in, 2 goals. That is great for them, taking an early lead here. Now Wova has it once again in the air. Seeing if he can do another one. Through goes Hamilton, more like through goes Wova with the goal, making it 3-0 Ball State.
Hamilton, unbelievable stuff.
Coming out of the final corner now. Great stuff from Ball State, 3-0 early on.
Wow, what a statement. Trying to close this one out in game number 3. They're already up 3. In around not even 40 seconds played, Alpha Seeker on the attack. Oath able to clear this one out. Go on the attack. Wova underneath. Can he give a hat trick in the first minute? No, we cannot. Oath trying to get this second one in. No good. One sent into the corner. Go off the ceiling. Alpha Seeker there. Floats past him. Slick Billy hits this one up. Wova trying to get another goal. Trying to add to his deep catalog of stats in this series. Cade with the shot, open goal. Go, almost own goals there, but he's able to put that perfectly right where he wanted, off the top bar. Wova into the corner. Go there offensively for Ball State. Cade hits this one away. Alpha Seeker there as Oath defends that one quite well.
Yeah, some great defense from Ball State going on right now. Oath looking to just fly it in on his own. Ball State looking dominant right now.
4-0 right now for Ball State. The only thing more absent than Bowling Green State's goals is playoff judge, as it is now 4-0 in favor of the Cardinals.
Great stuff from Ball State right now, 4-0 early on. There's still 3 minutes left in this game, by the way. I mean,
this is ridiculous.
Just Ball State absolutely racking up the score early on. Gonna take it in the air now. See if he can maybe get another one as the Valorant team celebrates behind us. Maybe they're watching this Rocket League game here, but Cade gonna take it away. Ova gonna be there with the save. Tries to get it over to the other side. Slick Billy almost sends it in, but a great save there from Ga as he takes it in the air. Does Cade, gets it back onto his own side. Ga's gonna keep up some pressure here. That's an open Bowling Green goal.
5-0. 5-0. They are on track to get, I think, 11. Is that 11 goals? I think it might be. It's more. I'm not the greatest math person.
Yeah, I'm no math major, but no. Yeah, they're on track to really rack up the score here.
They really are. It's 5-0 in only a minute and 10. Wow. Well, 2 minutes 10. I can do simple math. It's 2 minutes in under minute 10. Cade trying to clean this one out. He does. Alpha Seeker, you see there, no boost. Open net, just kidding. Oath is there as that one is almost in. Try to sink that one past. Wova heading the other way with it. Slick Billy trying to clear this one out. Wova is there. He is demoed. Keeping the pressure on. Oath, they do not like to take the foot off of the pedal. Definitely seeing that right now.
No, they definitely do not. Now, Bowling Green looking to get it off their side, but Guz's going to keep it there in the air, see what he can do with it. It is going to be taken away by Alpha Seeker into the corner now. Slick Billy maybe going to try to get something going for Bowling Green. Just still no goals in this game. Oh, it's going to send it over to Guz, but Guz just not in the best position that he needed to be in. Oh, it's going to bounce it off the corner. Low on boost. Going to maybe send it up to Guz. Cade is going to contest and take it away. Back on the Ball State side. Wova's going to be there. Taken away by Cade again. He's got no boost and own goal from Oath there.
Ball State with 6 goals in this one. Wow. Just unfortunate. Did Oath get bumped by his teammate?
I don't really know what happened there, but he might have. But yeah, that is a Ball State on goal. Unfortunate stuff there.
Well, that decreases the lead down to 4. Can Bowling Green State get an immaculate comeback? Alpha Seeker almost had the second goal. First one for him, it would have been in this one. Unable to do so. Oh, taking it the other way. Alpha Seeker hits this one off the top of his car. Wova in the very thin F1 branded car. Not just F1 branded. It's really just an open wheel car. Cade with it. Just kidding. That one's taken away from him. Go with it. Just hit it. Cade on the attack. Tries to redirect that one just wide and did not have the power it needed.
Now, Wova waiting in the back there on defense like he so often loves to do. It is on Ball State's side. Oath's going to let Guz have it now. He has some boost. It is going to be taken away by Alpha Seeker. On Ball State's side, Bowling Green looking to score, but Oath is just going to take it away in the air, unable to score. Still on Bowling Green's side, though. Cade is going to try to take it away. Ball State's net kind of open. Guz is there. Oath's going to be there as well on the defense. Guz has it in the air now. Seeing what he can do. Alpha Seeker going to try and take it away, but it's taken away from him. Bowling Green looking to maybe get something else. Going to send it over to Cade, but Oath is there with the save.
Cade trying to get this one in. Wova is demoed. Oath on the attack. Bounces off the front of his car. He's trying to work this inside. Go with the shot. It bounces out. Unable to get that one in for the 6th of the game as Alpha Seeker takes it the other way. Wova's DRS is open. He hits this one into the corner. Wova off the ceiling. Unable to retain possession as that one's taken away. This shot, no good, save by Ball State. And here we go, Wova in the air. That one is a pass to Oath. Oath misses. Wova is there underneath, able to keep with it. And Slick Billy ends this one in. Ball State gets the win. 3-0 sweep. Beautiful performance there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that is the Ball State we are used to seeing. A beautiful 3-0 sweep. Loved the F1 jokes there with the F1 themed car. That's one thing about Rocket League that I love when they use the funny cars, because it's just like we so often just see the Fennec and the Octane. That's all we see all the time. So when someone uses a bit of a silly car, it makes it a lot more fun. So thank you, Wova, and also Oath earlier. For, they use some silly cars tonight.
I love the pizza wheels.
But I did love the pizza wheels as well. But yeah, they played absolutely great. Quick 3-0 for them. That is what we are used to seeing. Of course, we talked about his car. Wova is our player of the game. Of course, his favorite car is the Fennec. Ranked Supersonic Legend. Does it surprise you? He joined in fall 2022, and he grew up a military kid. So Wova, been here for quite a while as a senior this year. We are probably going to be seeing him here shortly, I would assume, maybe. But he has done absolutely great. He did great this game.
He really did.
I would say, especially on the defense. I mean, he's just kind of always that midfield player, as we see him there in the back of the center. I've watched too much Rocket League. All right, Wova, welcome to the desk. I'll let you kick it off.
All right, I really have one question for you. What goes into the choice of the cars?
Look, today I was trying to spice things up, so I was just looking through all the car options I had, and I just chose the one I was feeling in the moment. That's pretty much all it was.
I love to see it. I like the representation we get. Sometimes it gets boring just looking at the Fennec and Octane.
Right, it's the same two cars. You gotta spice it up every now and then. So.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. I mean, I guess got to bring up the elephant in the room. Game 2 against CMU. It was a little rough. What happened, and then how do you respond to it in the next game?
I mean, a throw, sure, but we know we're never losing the series because there's just a major skill difference there. The next game after that, game 2, so game 3, we tried harder, so and that's why we won like 7 to something. So that's pretty much it.
Like
That's
the
just a troll game.
confidence.
The answer doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
I do not.
I personally don't either, but you know.
Can I do shout-outs?
Yep, go ahead.
Shout
Shout
out
out whoever you
Shout
want.
out Dad. Shout out Bald Man. Shout out Go Mom. Yeah, thank you very much.
We
Okay.
got one more question. What's your favorite topping on a pizza? This one got him rattled.
Can I just say pepperoni?
That-
All the
that
days?
is a
fair enough.
topping.
That's a topping.
I
Go
agree.
pepperoni.
Yep, I agree.
Awesome.
Honestly, I do like a simple pizza. Well, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
For the interview, I'll take the mic from you. Good game tonight. His answer doesn't surprise me. He doesn't
No, it
mince his
doesn't.
words. Wova does not mince his words. That is for sure. If he thinks there's a skill dip, he'll tell you there's a skill dip. But thank you for joining us tonight for some ESC Rocket League. Great game for Ball State.
I got one more thing before we close this out. Red Sox close out this one tonight. Be like Ball State, win, and get the sweep.
Yep, get that sweep, Boston Red Sox. Good job to Ball State. One sweep, 1-3-1. So great stuff from them. We will see you next week with some streams, probably some Rocket League, probably some Overwatch. Be sure to tune in. Oh, Battle for Indiana on Friday. I keep forgetting. Make sure to tune into that stream on and Saturday and Sunday, all weekend. Make sure to tune into that on Butler's Twitch, Butler University, that is. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Wyatt, a.k.a. Libby Baby.
And I have been Ethan Moore.
We'll see you next week. Watch Battle for Indiana. Good night.